Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you have been here before. My name is Sara. I'm the Cedar Moon Witch, and today I am exploring the Magdalene with the soul's fourth trial. I meant to do this earlier. My life has been a little crazy, but here I am with the fourth tarot spread, fourth tarot reading. I will leave a copy of this in my community tab. I will share this on Instagram if you want to follow along, if you want to try the tarot reading. I view this kind of as a form of shadow work, I suppose. Well, hold on. Should I don't know. Should I explain? I probably should. So, exploring the Magdalene. For this practice, I have crap falling all over. Oh my goodness. For this practice, I have been, my main source is the Nag Hammadi scriptures. And specifically, within the Nag Hammadi scriptures, there is a book called the Gospel of Mary. And scholars believe this to be the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. There are pages missing, so we don't get all of her Gospel. Which honestly was done on purpose to keep us in the dark. But in her gospel, she describes 7 powers of wrath. I view them as the 7 powers of the ego, the mind, the ego. And I find a lot of parallel between these 7 powers of wrath. And Carl Jung, I don't know if you're familiar with Carl Jung, but he like coined the idea of shadow work and bringing the darkness to the forefront, right? Confronting the subconscious, making the subconscious conscious. And I see where in the Gospel of Mary, the soul battles these 7 powers, and I see a real parallel between them. So you don't necessarily have to make this like a spiritual practice. I'm doing it because that's me, and that's just what I feel called to. But you can just do this as shadow work readings. Anyway. Specifically, I am reading just this. And after this, there's really no... anything that would have explained this was ripped out. So, I'm just making tarot spreads to explore. It says, quote, "When the soul had brought the 3rd power to naught, it went upward and saw the 4th power. It had 7 forms. The first form is darkness. The 2nd is desire, the 3rd is ignorance, the 4th is zeal for death." That's where we are today. The 5th is the kingdom of the flesh, the 6th is the foolish wisdom of the flesh, the 7th is the wisdom of the wrathful person. These are the 7 powers of wrath. Like I said, I'm exchanging wrath for ego because ego tends to be wrathful. And that's where we are. Today, the soul is battling the zeal for death. So that is my main resource. Another resource that I highly recommend is Mary Magdalene Revealed by Megan Watterson. I read this book years ago. I have reread this book. This is, I don't know. I saw this book in Barnes & Noble. It had been misplaced, and I just I ran to it. I ran to grab it. And I'm like, I don't know. Just felt very called to it. And I still love this book. It's a great book. But for today, for the Soul's Fourth Trial, that book didn't really apply. But I wanted to mention it because it's a great book. Highly recommend. Where did I put my deck? Oh, I found it. For today's tarot reading, I am going to use the sadly out of print Sistine Tarot because I find that it really vibes with the energy. You can use any deck, right? You can use any deck for any purpose. This is just the deck that I am using. It has really kind of turned into my Mary Magdalene deck. So yeah, there's that. There is the creator of the Mysteries of Mary and the Mysteries of the Black Madonna. She has pre-orders up for her newest deck, The Mysteries of the Red Madonna, where she explores the Magdalene. So, I mean, I know it's pricey, but if this is something that you are like heavy into and you really want to explore more, I really recommend Hetty Ann Grobler. She's the creator, and her decks are amazing. It's worth the money just for the book that you get that goes along with it. She's really studied. She's really knowledgeable about things like this. Highly recommend. She also has a Patreon you can join. I think she has free options. Like, definitely look her up. But this is just me doing my own thing. Oh, Queen of Coins. Heck yeah, me doing my own thing. Okay. The tarot reading, it is 4 questions. The first question is the Zeal's call. What self-limiting patterns or destructive behaviors are leading me to death? The second question is the ego's resistance. What fear or belief keeps me from choosing life? The third question is the shadow of life unlived. What beauty and possibility remains unseen by clinging to death? And the fourth question is divine guidance. How can I lovingly let go of my zeal for death? I don't know. Maybe I should have explained the zeal for death. The zeal for death, I believe, is the zeal for the things that aren't good for us. I don't think that it's a literal craving for death, although honestly, sometimes it absolutely could be. But I think it's more of the zeal for the things that we know are bad for us, that aren't doing us any good, that aren't for our highest good or the highest good of those we love. You know, zeal for death. Zeal for things that lead to death. Zeal for things that aren't good for us. So that's how I am approaching the zeal for death. Okay. So, question 1. The Zeal's call. What self-limiting patterns or destructive behaviors are leading me to death? The ego's resistance. What fear or belief keeps me from choosing life? What fear or belief keeps me from choosing life? I don't know. Is that on screen? Well, I can move it up a little. I'm gonna have to. The third question, the shadow of life unlived. What beauty and possibility remains unseen by my clinging to death? What beauty and possibility remains unseen by my clinging to death? This deck wants to pull out, wants to do jumpers on me today, which I normally allow, but I want to. Divine guidance. How can I lovingly let go of my zeal for death? How can I lovingly let go of my zeal for death? Okay. Oh, let me do some strategic moving, because I am so sorry. My reading table is very small. Like, I don't have a lot of room. I don't know, can I maybe zoom out a little? Oh. Okay, just barely. Just barely in frame. Okay, so let me see here. The Zeal's call. What self-limiting patterns or destructive behaviors are leading me to death? The Sage, the Hierophant. My belief that ritual is important. My clinging to what I know. That's leading me to death. Oh boy. The ego's resistance. What fear or belief keeps me from choosing life? The Ten of Wands. The belief that it's just going to be too much. That I am not equipped. That I won't have the community and the support there for me. Right? The shadow of life unlived. What beauty and possibility remains unseen by clinging to death? The Six of Hearts. The Six of Cups. The simple, beautiful joys and pleasures of life. To see how good life really is. Divine guidance. How can I lovingly let go of my zeal for death? Fortuna. The Wheel of Fortune. How can I lovingly let go of my zeal for death? Realize that maybe the wheel is turning and what once served me no longer does. Patterns and beliefs that once were integral and were really my foundation and my rock, served a purpose and opened up new things within me that I wouldn't have otherwise experienced without that ritual, right? But that all things come to an end, that it's a cycle. And maybe the cycle is over, and that's okay. Doing these readings is always really, really personal. And to be fair, I feel kind of weird, but maybe this reading is going to help you, dear viewer, to see that the things that you have been doing, the rituals that you've put in place have maybe outlived, they've outstayed their welcome, and it's okay to let them go. With love, knowing that those things have helped you to become the person you are. The ego's resistance. What fear or belief keeps me from choosing life? The Ten of Wands. The belief that it's going to be too much. But that's a lie, isn't it? Whatever life has in store for you, you are strong enough to deal with. And you will always have the support that you need through every stage, if only you open up and you ask for support. When you ask, believing that you will get what you are asking for. When you believe and you ask, believing, help appears in just honestly some of the most magical and miraculous ways, in ways that you would never dream of. So you never have to worry about being overburdened, about not being able to do it. You can do it. There is help. What beauty and possibility remains unseen by clinging to death? The Six of Hearts. Just the beauty that exists outside of what you've normally experienced, outside of what you know. There is so much beauty and so much joy and so much pleasure available to you. And lovingly let go of the zeal for death by just acknowledging that seasons come and seasons go. And that's okay. That's how it should be. If you are a human being who wants to grow, that means leaving behind the things that you've outgrown with love and with thankfulness, knowing that those things did indeed help you. So that is my soul's fourth trial, the zeal for death. If this resonated with you, absolutely take it. Take the advice. Let go of the things that are over and choose life, right? Choose life outside of your normal routine and ritual and foundation, because there is so much more out there. Comment. Let me know. Have you been exploring the Magdalene with me? Are you going to explore your soul's fourth trial? Tag me at Cedar Moon Witch on Instagram, Threads, here on YouTube, and use the hashtag exploringthemagdalene. Give me a like if you like this video, subscribe if this is your kind of jam. And thank you so much for being here. Bless you, honestly, it means the world to me. And until next time, bye.